Hi guys, welcome back to Tech with TJ. Today what I got for you is a TJ Talks Tech episode. This is going to be episode 3 for those that are following along. I kind of got an AI part 2 to this because I found some interesting articles that I read and I just wanted to share them with you. So the first one that I read is over Microsoft and their loss. So they lost a ton of money, $357 billion in value, despite their having some spikes in sales and stuff. And so what I wanted to talk about is just what they did wrong, I guess. So the first thing is their AI, their Copilot and all that. It didn't do as good as what they wanted it to, and by that I mean it did terrible. So I'm reading it right here. I'll put a picture up on the screen for y'all. The AI assistant that the company has built into the Office apps has 15 million paid users. So, that's a ton of people that are paying for this. And, that you'll think that sounds a lot, but then you read the second part here, and there's 450 million for Microsoft 365. So Copilot has only reached 3% of the people that are using the Microsoft 365 service. They expected that to for sure be probably at least above 50%, and only 3% has actually paid for the extra AI features. So despite that, they're still spending money on AI. It says in their capital spending soared up to $37.5 billion, which is 66% up from last year. They say that, it illustrates the risk of Microsoft that they're taking to just compete against like Amazon, Google, all the other places that are racing to build their data centers and stuff for AI. Another reason that they did lose a bit is their Azure, their cloud service stuff. It grew 38%, but the Wall Street, they predicted it to be 39.4%. And apparently that 1.4% was also quite a big number. So, that didn't help at all. If you hear me clicking too, I just have notes that I wrote. So I guess my thoughts about this are just, as I mentioned in my first episode, is people honestly don't care about AI that much. A lot of the AI integrations into things people don't like. They don't mind having a little assistant that can, you ask it a question, it answers, gives you a simple kind of answer or shows you how to do something. But in terms of it being a major selling point, it's just not right now. That's kind of what I wrote in my notes about this, was the AI hype doesn't meet the AI profit. Meaning that, these companies try to hype AI up and integrate it into every product that they have. I mean, I bet that in the next year, Microsoft will have an AI backpack. You know what I mean? They just put AI in front of everything. This shows, though, that it's not profitable. People aren't buying it, and that's why they're losing this money. Now, it is Microsoft, so I'm sure they're going to gain it back, no problem. But that just kind of shows you that, hopefully, that all these other companies are taking notes and saying, that people don't want AI to be a major selling point. They don't mind that it's integrated at all, but they don't want it to be a major selling point. But yeah, so like I said, I'll link these articles down below so you can read them yourself. I'm just kind of skimming through, giving my thoughts about them. I don't want anyone to, take this to heart. These are just my thoughts on the article. You can read it for yourself and determine, your own thoughts. I just want to say that I'm not an expert or anything. I'm just a guy that likes to talk about tech. Alright, so now to the next article. Apple delayed Siri again. For those that don't know, I guess I own a ton of Apple devices, iPhone, MacBook Pro, iPad, so, Apple owns me, to be honest with you. I love it, though. But they delayed their AI again. And so people that were kind of expecting that feature all the way back to the iPhone 16, they're not sure now if they're even going to get that update because it's been so long. I guess for people that don't know, the first AI commercial for Apple came out when the iPhone 16 was released, and that's been two years, 2 generations ago. No, 1 generation ago. The iPhone 18s are coming out soon this year, and they think with the release of the iPhone 18, they'll bring in the new Siri to kind of be a combo with that. But yeah, so they've delayed it again. I think it's just because of people leaving. They can't figure out a way to make it work. They've had so many people leave their AI team due to just other companies just outbidding pretty much them and paying them a ton of money to leave. The new they partnered with Google Gemini, and originally they were partnering with this other company to kind of head their division there, and it just didn't work out because I think that they asked for too much money or something like that. So Google kind of stepped in, and Apple now partnered with Google. But Apple's all about privacy, which I like, and they want the AI to be all locally ran, not really connected to a cloud server or anything like that, where that you can potentially have your data leaked or stolen or whatever. Well, Google, I don't want to say they don't care, but they're going to use their servers to keep all the data, and so I think Apple's trying to work on that. But anyways, they've been teasing that it's probably going to be released later on this year. It was supposed to be released early this year, so hopefully they get that. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting though, that they have delayed their AI again. But knowing Apple, it's going to be polished and it's going to be like a very nice, I guess. To go to my next topic is, I don't know if you guys watch the Super Bowl at all. For those that I guess don't really watch football or anything, that's just the big football game that we have here, where the two NFL teams go at it. But anyways, they had this commercial that people are really talking about, and you might know which one it is. Actually, there's a ton, so you probably don't. But I'm talking about the Ring camera commercial. It's called their search party feature. It is where you can apparently, like, you lose a dog because it runs outside your house, and a dog's just going to start running, doesn't care where it goes. Well, Ring announced that, hey, we can use all the Ring cameras in your neighborhood and surrounding areas to use AI to scan for it. And because it knows what a dog looks like and has, the model's been trained, it can point out like, oh, hey, your dog ran by so and so's house, or it probably won't give you like the name of the person, but their address, and say, it went this way. Hope, maybe try going over there or something like that. To me, that's scary. I don't like that at all. I'm sure other Ring owners are kind of like hesitant now to even buy a Ring and maybe get rid of theirs, because this is that surveillance kind of culture, is what I wrote down. Is it seems kind of creepy to have a camera that can auto detect what, who's who, what's a dog, what's a person, and eventually they'll probably understand like, oh, this is mom, dad, sister, brother, whatever, is at the door or something like that. As someone that's studying cybersecurity and is in college, I think that it's kind of leaning towards a area, like a gray area of trying to make like digital surveillance like a normal thing. And I understand that it's kind of cool if you do lose a dog that it can tell you that. I'm not saying that part's bad. I just think that the fact though that they can like link all the cameras together and have that information just on hand. Could you think about all the Ring cameras that have sold within the, since they've been a company, and it's been such a game changer for like home security, and a lot of people have that. I mean, I don't think I have a Ring camera. I actually don't know the brand of it, but I do have a doorbell camera, and I think it would be kind of creepy to know that at someone could technically gain access to my footage without me approving it, even really knowing. From what I understand from their commercial is that it doesn't alert the doorbell owner. It just pulls that footage and says, here you go, you can, look at this person's front yard, or look, so that's kind of, like I said, it's just kind of creepy to me that that was a commercial that they had and a new feature that they're rolling out. I'm interested on seeing what kind of impact that has on their customers, and if they have more returns or something like that in cameras, or if they allow that feature to maybe be turned off. If they allow that feature to be turned off, I kind of see that as fine, but like, I would like to know what's off, I guess, is my thing. Because as I mentioned, I think I'm a big fan of privacy, of course, and to me this kind of violates that, because you don't give someone the footage. You buy the camera, you expect it to be only you can access it, and it can send it to your neighbor or someone even outside of your neighborhood because they reported a missing dog and they want to know where it is. Or like I said, or I don't know, like what if, maybe in the future they might update it to where it can find like little kids or something like that. It can just find people. And I'm curious to know too, like, what about people that just lie about it, like, and say, hey, I'm missing my dog. Can you search through the footage and find it? And like, will it maybe auto detect just like any dog or something like that, and send them footage of people's yards or wherever they have their camera that it sensed it? I don't know. I just think that this is something that's kind of creepy, and these are just questions, I guess, that I have, and I just wanted to share them to hear your guys' opinion on what did you guys think about the Super Bowl ad, if you saw it, or if not. Like I said, I'm linking all these in the description down below, just to kind of spark some conversation here. So please comment down below if you watch this video. But yeah, the only other thing that I had too was like, kind of like I said, I like doing these questions so you guys can answer and give your point of view. But like I wrote, at what point does safety turn into like paranoia? Because this is kind of one of those things where people that are paranoid, like, I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm paranoid, cautious, I guess. This kind of borderlines on the creepy side, to be honest with you. I don't think it's really about safety. I think that's the way that they're advertising it. But to me, that there's just so much stuff that could go wrong with this. And if they have, like I said, I am a cybersecurity student, and so I'm not going to tell you I'm a cybersecurity pro when I know everything, because I don't. I'm a student. But to me, if they have access to do all this, could someone, like, I don't know, like, hack into this and manipulate it and get it to just give them footage without ever actually, like, scanning anything? And they could just, if they know, like, a address or something like that, somehow manipulate some kind of the signal or whatever automates the process to send people footage if they did lose their dog or something like that. Could they just like request that? I don't know. Like I said, these are just questions that I'm asking from a more of a security standpoint of, I don't know if I like there being some kind of interconnected like ring web of all the cameras out there. So, like I said, if you haven't seen that commercial, go check it out for yourself. See what you think. I think it was kind of creepy. But yeah, those are kind of the 3 articles I had today. Just wanted to go over them and share my thoughts and opinions. Yeah, like I said, I'll leave them in the description below. I'll make sure I put up pictures, things like that throughout this video so that you can see what I'm talking about. Anyways, please comment down below what your thoughts are on any of these articles. I would like to just hear your guys' opinion. Hopefully you guys like these videos, because I plan to continue to do this. If you haven't seen my first 2 episodes, check them out on my channel. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you later.